Just a sec. Hello. Gonna get started in just a minute. One minute. Hello, and welcome to the weekly Wednesday lunchtime live stream here on twitch.tv/DDO stream, youtube.com/DungeonsandDragons/live, and facebook.com/DDO Unlimited. Yes, I specialize in slashing. How's it going, everyone? We are on Ghallanda, G-Land. Gonna be running Beyond the Rift, getting our way over to Evening Star, and then running on the heroic side some of the new Update 36 quests. Here to answer any of your questions that you would like to get a answer to. If I can answer it, I will. If I can't, I'll figure something out. Hey Cordovan, I had a question. I'm assuming you're a VIP. Why did we not use the Hall of Heroes passport to transport yourself to Evening Star directly? You're right, I could have done that. But I need to flag for Evening Star anyway on this character, so I'm just doing that. Is the Lotro update going okay? Yes. So for those of you who don't know, whilst we are live streaming, we are in the process of getting ready to open up Lord of the Rings Online to our next expansion, Mordor. That goes live today, shortly. We have announced uptime of 1 p.m., so I may have to take a little bit of a break from this to do that, if I need to. Otherwise, I've got CSLCade doing some social media posting and such for me if necessary. But yep, that's happening, and once that's out the door, I'm assuming we're going to have a follow-up patch on a few bugs and such. Once that's out the door, we're all 100% Ravenloft. And as a matter of fact, we're already partially getting to Ravenloft right now. There were discussions this week about, like, what are we going to do for key art? Some of the marketing-y kind of things are kicking off and getting discussed. A lot of the content work has been underway, but is really underway right now. So we got a lot of... actually, we have several quests already largely built in various states of testing. And we have a whole lot more, obviously, because it's an expansion. So, yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. It's good. No release date, no info on pre-purchase available. We really just don't have any of that info nailed down yet. So you can walk into Mordor? You sure can. Yeah. It's true, Fire the Dragon Leader. I kind of stopped doing point giveaway in chat. I was getting a little too generous with my DDO point giveaway. I was just giving out like thousands and thousands of points a week, and someone was like, you could chill that out a little bit. So, sorry. Will there be any Lamania time for Ravenloft? For sure. Yes. We will be doing probably an open beta if it follows what we did for Mordor. We didn't have a closed beta. It was just straight to open beta there, so we'll probably do that on the DDO side as well. Any chances we will get the same avatar update that's happening on Lord of the Rings Online as of today for DDO? It's possible. It would not probably be under the same time frame because they're rolling it out on the Lord of the Rings Online side in phases. So, like, today is going to be Elf, High Elf, and Human, and they got all their various races and that coming. And that work would need to be done before they'd even really get started on the DDO side. But it is possible. It is possible that we will see an avatar update of some way, some form coming to DDO. But no real word on that. Hey, who knows, right? I mean, it's all so speculative at this point, it's kind of... But it could happen. Any chance of getting a heal? No heals. Okay. Let me get some pots then. You guys can go on. I'm just going to get some pots from the store. It's true, Fire the Dragon Leader. If I want to bribe people with DDO points, I will have a larger audience. But you know... It's almost like they don't care about me, but rather they just want the free points. Can't say I blame them. It's okay. I'm not saying never on free points. I am still giving them out to people who join me in game and that. But I'm just, it got a little out of control. So, you know. The kind of out of control that's good if you want free points, but bad if you're trying to run a business. Inside of the Traveler's Trunk, there are 5 Mysterious Remnant boost plus 30%. How long does it last? 1 use or 1 hour? I can't remember what the ones that last in the trunk are. I'm going to say at least an hour. Probably even longer than that. It's either an hour, 3, or 6, but I don't know which. Just have to chug one and see. But it's definitely not a per-use thing, it's a timed thing. Oops. I always do that. I've been doing that since 2012. Okay. When is the Mimic event coming back? Soon. We have got a little bit more loot work to do on it. And a little bit more testing of the loot work, but it is getting towards being almost done. So we're working on it. It's coming. I'm going to say it'll be out within the next couple months, maybe. Depends on how things go, but yeah. It's coming quick.
The center of the demon web is a vast structure that can only be Lolth's lair. In the distance, the spinner of shadows scuttles along the demon web, intent on some errand of her own.
You will not be able to do the Stormreach Bank basically exploit, except kinda not. So that part of the Mimic Hunt's going away. Yeah. How is loot update on Crystal Cove? It isn't, but we are aware that we need to do that work. We are opting instead to do, say, the Mimic Hunt and a few other things too. Sentient weapons, you know, what have you. But yes, at some point here in the future, we are going to need to update Crystal Cove loot, probably at least to 28. So we'll see how it goes.
Then dispersed into the demon web to fight for its survival. Fragments of long-forgotten worlds lie ensnared in Loth's web. This will be the fate
Yeah, no more bank heist.
slowly consuming your home.
What is the fate of the elf Corridon after he left Horn and Nona from the epic questline? I don't know. Sorry, Eothrun. I don't know the answer to that one.
On a distant shard of the demon web,
Will there be new adventure areas in Ravenloft? Signs point to yes. Some of the stuff is still in flux, but we are going to at least have one public area, and I'm pretty sure we're going to have a wilderness area too. Luke of the Loot, we should be hitting some Comic-Cons to promote Ravenloft. The reality is that kind of booth convention thing is exceptionally expensive. Usually in the range of hundreds of thousands of dollars to really do up right. And we've opted to spend our money elsewhere. I mean, I'll be at Gen Con. We'll be doing our Friday night gathering for buffs. We do have Ravenloft plans. I know we've got a couple of devs heading to PAX West. But, you know, the days of the formal booth and all that sort of thing just don't really make financial sense for us at this point. Where are we hiding that magic 8-ball? Actually, I found it funny you mentioned that. I saw one of those. I was flea marketing over the weekend and saw a magic 8-ball, and I was like, I almost bought it just because of fun. And then I didn't. But yeah, so those things, man. It's not about making whether or not we're making, quote, making enough money. It's about spending our money wisely. How much are you spending? What is your return on that investment? That sword from Night Revels is... I need to ask. I remember Tolero found that sword and used it. I remember asking her, what sword is that? And I think she had an answer, so I'll have to go see if I can... It may just be a random gen sword, though. But I'll look into that. Any chance of seeing cosmetic weapons for any of the events? That's a great idea. We should do more of that. To some extent... Well, no. Yeah, we should do that. I'll pass it along. I remember asking about the sword used in that kind of blue dragon image where the person's got their hand up like that. And Tolero couldn't remember what that sword was, and we couldn't find it. So I guess it's either lost to the archive somewhere, or was just like a random gen. But I don't know. Yeah, it's weird that we weren't able to relocate that. No spoilers, Draculetta. But we will have a lot of the big stuff that you are maybe familiar with if you are into Ravenloft. Yes, there will be vampires. We're going to have an NPC named Draculetta. It will be sparkly. I'm kidding. Sorry, Drac. I couldn't help myself. Pretty sure it was done on purpose, putting 7 in the monster manual.
You have stumbled into a group of heavily armed drow. They look anything like the drow you've encountered back on Eberron. And they also don't look pleased to see you.
Wait a second, was that a shatter? It was a nice shatter. Wait a second, that was an ice shatter, wasn't it? I thought that was gone. Did that get snuck in on update 36? Whoever did that, can you try that again? There was a booth at at PAX East promoting Menace of the Underdark. You know, we've done all sorts of convention stuff in the past. I can't really get into the business side of things so much. No, I can't. Sorry. We do what makes sense for us. Yeah. Interesting. An effect from the frozen tunic. Okay.
A magical portal lies ahead. If the scouts are right, it will take you closer to the surface.
Right, but I thought that we had deprecated it throughout the game, so if it's on the frozen tunic, then it might be easier to track down and get into the game. At least that's my hope.
You saw before is taking a break on the other side of the ravine ahead.
Yeah.
Above, a strange creature spots you.
Surface dwellers down here?
It snaps.
The slavers are growing careless. I shall have to clean up after them.
We're going to be having an intro cinematic for Ravenloft like Menace of the Underdark. I don't think so. Not like an in-game cinematic. It was cool, but it was kind of a one-off, and I don't know that... I mean, well, it's cool, but I don't know that if we have, like, the budget for, say, cinematics and that we would do an in-game one. It might be more of a trailer. I do think we'll have some kind of trailer for Ravenloft. So I think that effort would probably go to that. There's also kind of a thing where it's like the Matu video is really cool, but is it like as cool the 12th time you see it, you know?
These corpses appear to have been left behind as food for the local spider population.
Joey saying, talking about True Hearts of Wood need to be less expensive, someone said, and he said farming 20 tokens ain't that hard. I tend to agree with that. Any update on wisdom to damage? Will it be part of a new enhancement tree? And what form will it be coming? I can't say more about it than I can, other than to say, yes, we still are bringing wisdom to damage. Yeah, Monty Cinematic RIP headphone users. Uh-huh. I mean, I like watching it too, but it just, I don't know.
Once again, you see the now
Probably not.
familiar sight of the Drow Surface Patrol.
Which one is better, a repeating crossbow or a great crossbow?
A small but well-guarded Drow outpost
I think they both have their reasons depending on the build. I typically have gone with repeaters over great crossbows. Perhaps somebody could correct me if I'm wrong. I guess by just sort of all things being equal, I tend to think it's repeaters. But maybe I'm wrong.
These Drow fought with military precision unheard of.
Damage over time is about equal on the bows. Okay, interesting.
Outpost is finally dead. You may freely pass through its portal and learn what lies beyond.
Here's a question. What is my favorite character quest aspect of Menace of the Underdark? I mean, other than the fact that it really opened the door to the Forgotten Realms for DDO, I think I'm really a fan of the Battle for Evening Star quest. That's a pretty fun one. There's cool stuff in there. And I really like the voice work that Cindy Robinson did. I'd say those are probably two of my favorite things about that.
A voice from inside the cage calls to you.
Over here! Let us out!
The villagers in the cage anxiously point to a large lever near the door.
Thank the gods, I'd almost given up hope. But where did you come from?
Are there any plans to expand the Saga system? Not. I think it's possible we'll see a new Saga in the future at some point. But I don't really know that we have it on our short-term agenda.
The people here know the name of Elminster, the wizard who braved the demon web.
The main thing about having a one Saga for all of the Storm Reaver is it really encompasses so many quests in that are quickly farmed for XP in that nowadays. And the Saga system tends to automatically calculate like the XP and guild renown. So I think there might be some balance issues, frankly, with having all of the Storm Reaver Saga. but it's possible. I'd have to do some work on it, but maybe. Can I post on the Lotro that the game servers are back up for Lotro? The game world's back up? It looks like, at least from what I'm seeing here, we've opened patching, but we have not yet opened the game worlds. And that's being done because we know full well that there's an insane number of people who are just sort of having the client going in the background, so we're trying to help with traffic. So no, I wouldn't want to post it on the forums, because that would simply make matters worse. There is no shortage of people who are well aware of the situation. Mordor is a big update. It's like 2 to 3 gigs, something like that. So...
You spotted a or a sealed portcullis.
But once the game worlds are open, that will be posted. If not by me, then by CSLcade. She's ready to post in my stead while I'm here.
Floor in the chamber to the north. This hole reveals an underwater passage that leads to the east.
I want a ranger that runs around with a bow that's taller than them, and they have to stop to fire. That sounds cool. We do not have plans to consolidate our worlds, Ithelstead. I know that it's something that comes up periodically. How do I have an LFM up?
The curve of the cave matches Riel's description. An end may lie ahead.
Alright. Yeah. Any plans to have pets for all the classes, like Artificer or Druid? No. It's a cool idea though, but I think we kind of want them to be special to some specific classes. Snow White Fox, can't wait to check out the Tethyamar. Word.
The sound of more guards readying weapons can be heard.
Let's see. Looks like... Looks like we're still on track for 1 p.m. for Lotro. We just got an email where they were talking about preparedness for such things, and they are prepared. I kind of like the idea of a super tall bow. I think that sounds cool. I think there would be some... I bet some of the animators and that would be like, no? But, maybe. Because we do have, like, say, the Megasword and all that. Rumors of Lotro going 64-bit. Any chance for DDO? That is not a rumor. It is something they are actively working on for Lord of the Rings Online. And we'll have to see how it goes for Lotro before we can even consider whether it's something we can do for DDO. That would be awesome. But I think that we just... It's going to be a challenge enough getting it out for Lotro. And I think we'll have to see how that goes before we can take a look at any other options. The main, and Seva's talked about this over on the Lord of the Rings Online side, the main issue with going 64-bit is we have a whole bunch of kind of third-party tools that are used for DDO. Everything from, say, Kynapse to Speedtree to, I mean, the things, right? A lot of it's kind of getting inside baseball, but there's a lot of programs that will need to also be updated to 64-bit in order for us to be able to do that. So, we'll see what happens. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. And so our ability to find and then bring successfully into the game 64-bit versions of our various third-party tools will really be the clincher as to how this goes for Lotro, and then how it would go for DDO as well. Because we're pretty confident, say, that the core turbine engine in that can be made 64-bit. It's all the other stuff that could prove to be problematic. But we'll see what happens. We have someone working on it. One of our engineers, actually we have hired an engineer specifically for this. And they're doing work. So we'll see what happens. I'm pretty sure, Bruce, that Strad von Zarovich has already been sort of blacklisted from our name generator. Unless there's some dude from back in 2006 that was like, yes! We typically have sort of a, kind of a, I can't think of the exact name of it. It's a ban list of just names you can't use, and they're all the sort of trademarked and common D&D names. Gilrandus, I think the reasoning why we don't have more epic hirelings is really just a matter of supply and demand, and then available time to develop them. Am I on Sarlona? Nope, I am on Ghallanda. After this week, I'll be moving from Ghallanda to Kyber, where I've got a high epic level character, level I believe 28-29. One of my favorites, actually. So that should be fun.
Beyond the door lies a long corridor that travels deep into the structure.
Thanks, Paul. Appreciate you giving us the kind words over on Facebook there. I think what we've found is that, and I guess no one should be too surprised by this, but the most popular hirelings are the clerics, followed by the rogues. People want a pocket healer, and if they don't have a pocket healer, they might want them for traps. So I'm not sure. Plus, I think, just kind of given the challenges of successfully implementing hireling UI, I'm not sure an arty or a monk hireling would be easy to do successfully. My guess is it wouldn't turn out that great, but I could be wrong. So, would it be possible to put in an outfit preview system in DDO similar to the one in Lotro, where you get to see what an armor piece looks like on your character without actually having to put it on? We have a cosmetic preview that will be coming back to the DDO store. Our version of the Turbine, the old Turbine game engine, you know, what DDO and Lotro are based on, does not allow us to easily bring over, or actually to at all bring over, the kind of multi-layer character item system that Lotro has. That's why that's never been done. But I'm sure, given enough time and resources, we would be able to have a kind of preview system like you describe. It would probably have to be built from scratch more than, say, be Lotro's system. But it does seem like something we could do. To some extent, though, our solution to that was the mirror of glamoring. You know, you can put on a suit of armor or whatever, see what it looks like, and then if you like the look of it, you can make a cosmetic out of it. It's not maybe as elegant, but functionally it works. I don't know. If you bought the wrong cosmetic, get in touch with account support. They can help you out. I don't know, Macubre. We have to be very, very careful in using someone else's graphics. Like, if someone else drew a suit of armor or something, we can't just sort of steal their work. And we can't ask for permission without paying them, and whatever. There's legal shenanigans and bleh. But we love Aylin Wee's designs. She does fantastic work. You're right. The whole photo bucket thing, yeah, it's made a whole lot of stuff a lot harder to see, hasn't it? Any guess when bundles will be in the store? No time soon. I think what we're going to do instead is find an alternative to the old bundling system and use that for things like Ravenloft.
Faint shouts could be heard from deeper in the caves.
When was the last time y'all looked at quest storylines? We look at quest storylines all the time. We created a whole new storyline here for update 36. I think what you're asking though is continuing older Eberron storylines. And we'll see. I think the last big overarching one we did was someone trying to send me something. What's up? It's kind of like what's up with Militia. And there's some hints about that on the anniversary dungeon and things. Oh yeah, I remember this one. Okay, yeah. Oh no! No! So devious, I love it. Ah! No! Ooh, was that close or what? That was close. Cool. Yeah, we're aware, Silent, that we have not touched the favor system in a long time, and that someday that's something we're really going to need to do a top-to-bottom overhaul on. Or at least start filling in the gaps. Any chance of more named Shuriken? Probably. They seem to come up fairly regularly, don't they? Maybe I'm projecting old stuff. But yeah, we have got some. Have there been discussions of Dragonborn only gear? No. Keeper 81, the idea of, say, a cosmetic cabinet, something like that, has come up. Who knows? It's a good idea, though. Like a storage just for cosmetics. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying, Keeper 81. Okay, no, I'm not saying that. Keeper 81 is like, wait a second, I can use a mirror or clamoring to preview the way things look at his end rewards? No. No. You're right, we don't have that level of functionality. Using the key.
Drow priestess and her attendants stand present, near and over. You glimpse a left near the altar's base.
Yeah. You win, DDO. Yeah. Now that was an inspired item. It was my birthday. Yesterday. No, 2 days ago. What day is it today? Today's Wednesday. It was my birthday on the 31st. To celebrate, I bought myself that computer I was talking about. I can't wait. I have had that same computer since the dawn of DDO. I did a few updates to it. I put in a new, I updated my processor, geez, 4 or 5 years ago. Added some more RAM. Added an SSD a couple years ago. But it's the core of that computer is 12 years old. Because it predates DDO by a little bit. And I've got a new computer coming. They said it should be in my hands at my house sometime as late as Monday. But I'm hoping Friday or Saturday so I can fiddle with it through the weekend. I don't know. I'm sure you guys know that feeling, guys and gals. Know that feeling. The new computer's coming. The new computer's coming. Hit refresh on the tracking page. Refresh, refresh. Get here faster, damn it. What if I meet you on the road somewhere? Can I just pick it up from your truck? But yes, I am gonna be one cooking dude with my home PC. Gonna get an Intel Core i7 4.2 gigahertz, 32 gigs of RAM. GeForce 1060, 6 gigabytes, terabyte hard drive, 240 gig SSD. I'd be willing to drive across state lines to pick up that computer a couple days early. So, yeah. But it's going to be, I can't even imagine. I mean, I can imagine, because this computer here, the one I use for live streaming, we actually built it for, say, video capture and live streaming and all that. So it is actually a very nice computer. Perhaps one of the nicest in the office. And so I enjoy playing DDO on this computer. And then I get home, and I turn up the power on the computer, and I'm like, okay, time to go make some coffee. It should have booted to Windows by the time I get back. Okay, now let me wait for the taskbar to populate. Alright, now let me wait for the DDO launcher to load. So, It just got too painful. So for my birthday, I finally dropped a big bomb and I was like, let me just future-proof this sucker for a while. Yeah. Oh yeah, keep ready one. But see, the thing is, similar to what I'm doing here, 12 years ago, I tend to be fairly bleeding edge when I upgrade my computer, and so I future-proof it for a long period of time. So that 12-year-old computer, yeah, it runs both DDO and Lotro, generally just fine. It just takes a long time to load, and it's on the edge now. But like I said, I did actually update. I've got like an AMD Athlon quad core, and I updated it that a couple of years ago. I dropped in a new chip, whatever the fastest my motherboard would support. So it's not like a total 12-year-old computer, but it's a componentized, built-up computer whose core brain is 12 years old. So. Should have just gotten the 1070 for a few more. Oh, see, the thing it wasn't a few more. It was $150 more, just for a slight increase on the 1070. And for the games I play, I don't really do first-person shooters. I'm not playing a lot of super heavy modern-day kind of 3D graphic games, so it felt like a waste to upgrade from a 1060 to a 1070 for $150. Maybe I made a mistake there, but like I said, for me it just didn't seem to make any sense. Ooh, I got something. Ooh, Thunderstrike. Nice. Cool. Alright, I think that's going to have to wrap it up for the show. If I've got a few minutes left, I'm going to probably need it for announcing of the uptime. I know! Perkysaurus, every time I see that I'm like, ding, ding, ding. Playing the AC/DC riff. Thunderstrike. Status on character bank upgrade. It remains unchanged. We are not upgrading the character bank because we cannot do what people want us to do with it, and we cannot upgrade the character bank outside of that system. Alright. Yeah, I hear you, Macubre. If that were the case, if all it really took to use, say, a DDO contributor's artwork as permission, that would be one thing. But there's some kind of legal precedent and things like that that make it far more complicated than just saying, hey, you cool with us using it? Up to and including even using free work from someone with permission. is not something we can really do either. It's complicated. Maybe we can talk about it on the players' council or something. Yeah. Alright. So, thank you for watching the weekly Wednesday lunchtime live stream here on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. I'll be back on Friday at noon for Friday afternoon. Hope you're having fun playing DDO. Oh, the bonus this weekend. Let me call that up real quick.
Become the person you always want to be. Claim those jewels and find the greatness that you've always craved.
I think it's a good one. Let me double check to make sure I'm accurate on this. Yes. Actually, that's pretty ironic. Crystal Cove. We're doing a Crystal Cove. Starting on Thursday, running through August 13th. Say we're not updating the loot, but we are bringing it back because the people want us to. So that'll be starting on Thursday. Alright, cool. Thank you very much for watching. I will talk to you again soon. Have fun.